All right, welcome back to Conversation Convo Combos, and yeah, we are right back at it. So, Mike, what's your question?
Um, my question is with um the holidays coming up and all that. I would say, what would be? Sorry, my ring's a little aggressive today.
The bling's
What
coming out.
what would be a place that you would want to go to and visit? It could be local. It could be not local. Um, I guess within reason.
Okay.
I wouldn't say like, oh, I want to go to the Yobio tribe over in Sichuan Island in the middle of the Mediterranean, like
Yeah, nah, I get what you
somewhere
mean.
that most, I guess, a place that's you know kind of that piques your interest.
Definitely Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
I definitely want to go to
Never
Puerto
been to
Rico.
Puerto Rico?
No,
Oh wow.
I know. Tell me about it. It's crazy, but the water, I heard that's like so like nice. I've yet to been to the water down here. That's
Well,
definitely
the funny
something
thing
that
is,
I
we got
gotta.
the same. It's the same water.
You know what I'm saying?
Same
So it's just
body
like
water.
I definitely got to check that out. But yeah, definitely Puerto Rico. Definitely experience that. See how the environment is, and also like the food down there, because how you
Yeah.
know how Spanish people we do it. Always do those big portions.
Yeah, big portions, big feast.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Lots of food. Food coma.
Um, I'd have to say I got a lot of places on my list that I want to go to because I would say I want to go to a bunch of places in the United States. Like I would like to go to Tennessee, Nashville,
Mhm.
to Luke Bryan's 32 Bridge.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to go to Gulf Shores because I went to Orange Beach. I've never been to Gulf Shores, which, yeah, sure, maybe it's tomato, tomato. They're both beaches on the same coast, close together. Um, New Orleans, that'd be another one that I'd love to go to. Have a little cash on me, or like money in my
Yeah.
account. Go there and get those really obnoxiously tall beers and just casually like drink it and relax and chill.
Also for me and you both going to Tokyo.
Yeah,
Definitely
Tokyo,
Tokyo.
Japan. That would be a big one. Tokyo, Japan,
Yeah.
or I'd probably say England. I mean, it's kind of mixed because I would like to go to France, but I've heard a lot of things like that with it being such a big city, and maybe England's the same. I don't know.
No,
I don't know unless I go
you don't
to
want to get
experience
taken.
Yeah, exactly. Taken. But no, I mean, I've heard
I
like,
will find you.
Lisa, what are you doing here? It's Naked Gun. Um, but no, I feel like people are like, oh well, France and Italy are known for its dirty alleyways and this and that, and then you got people like that will be like, oh well, England has that too.
I heard that they didn't really have too many. I mean, that's just me being biased, but I heard that they didn't really have too many gyms.
Yeah.
I heard that they didn't have too many gyms in France, and they didn't have too many gyms in England.
Well, you know why? They don't eat the bullshit that we eat. You don't see, oh well, obesity is a big problem in France, and I don't know about England because I mean, I've heard, I know one guy, my cousin's husband now. He came from England. He was actually an officer in England, and he said that, I don't know. I can't remember what exactly he said. I don't want to quote him or anything.
Right.
I can't remember if he said like once you're in, you don't really your physique or whatever as an officer, you don't really have to upkeep it, or if it was you don't really have to have the physique. You just kind of apply for the job. You have a good solid background.
Oh, okay.
Like no
I see
criminal
what you mean.
record.
Like, you don't have to have like a certain aesthetic. You don't have to be
exactly.
like
But
up
you need
up
some
there.
kind of like not.
Yeah, you need
knowledge on
something.
the law
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
need
like
to at
that.
least have like at least like the bearings or whatever like that.
Yeah, and you take a test, but the physical test, I think he said, was like not easy, but like it wasn't like
it wasn't rocket science.
yeah. So
Another place I would say is definitely going to like the temples, man. Going to the temples with the monks,
yeah,
because I feel like mentally wise, that's like such like huge clarity. I was checking out a podcast again by Joe Rogan, and I forgot who he was interviewing. I think it was I'm trying to remember his name. I think it was like Andrew something, whatever like that. But he was talking about the experience, and he was saying that like basically they're they're pretty much like, I wouldn't say numb to the world, but like they're
their own separate
they're kind of isolated, like they're
like
they keep away from like stuff like that, whatever like that. You're not gonna see a monk with an iPhone,
you won't see a monkey eating a cheeseburger. Like,
well, that, and also like even their books too. They barely even had bare minimum books. He had to bring his own book so that way he had like a little bit something to do. But he he cut off all technology and stuff like that. And he said the experience was like fairly like like uplifting and like like nice, like open minded and stuff like that, and like such a type of clarity that you were able to.
I already know everybody's like, these dudes can't stop talking about video games. I mean, we got like, we talk as soon as the word video game gets announced, our pants are wet. we're moist. No, I mean, that reminds me of the game, My Friendly Neighbor, where the guy's on top of the antenna, and he's getting ready to shut off the broadcast, and the guy, the puppet, basically goes, we live in a world that is growing continuously.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can stop it. There's nothing that's going to stop it. You can't stop it. But the world is growing. And he goes, maybe it's not us that, maybe it's not our responsibility to change the world, because in order for us to be able to change the world has to want to change.
Yeah.
And the issue is that if people don't invite change in, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
We can, say, hey, be nice, be courteous, don't cut in line, say excuse me, cover your mouth, hold the door for both women and
men. All the courteous stuff.
All the courteous stuff. But just because I tell you that doesn't mean you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Just because I tell you that doesn't mean you're going to teach your kids to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it really stems down to like,
me, it's like, for me, it's like it's embedded. For me, it's almost like instantaneously. Like when I go to stores and stuff like that, and I'm the first one to open up the door, and I see people coming up, I automatically like I let them in. I open up the door for them, and I let them in. You know, and I feel like a lot of times in society, that's like kind of what we're missing, because nobody really like does that. Like when I was with my ex, I would always like open up the door for her, like the car door and stuff like that. That's just,
see that I dropped the ball on that, but I'm the type of person, like you said, with the door. If I open the door, I usually let everybody in behind me, or I'll hold the door open so they can get into the door, and then I let it go.
I don't know. For me, it's like
and then the same with the elevator.
It's like a reflex.
The elevator, it's like a reflex where I'm like, they'll stand there and look at me, and I'm like, oh, go ahead. Like, I want y'all to get off first. I don't know why.
You do that initiation, like
exactly.
You can go ahead.
But no, and I think another thing, again, that the puppet said was that one big issue is that it seems that people have been in the darkness so long that they just don't want to be friendly, or
they can't find the light.
They can't find the light. And if they're comfortable where they're at, then there's the other flip side of that, where it's like, well, maybe they're afraid of the light. The light will show how unfriendly they really are.
Yeah.
And they don't want that.
I think in the aspect where it comes down to is that, like, people first of all, like everybody's different and everybody has a different type of background. So maybe certain things may trigger them in a certain type of way. So that may kind of alter their
Exactly.
reaction towards certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some girls may be more a little bit easier going. Some girls may have some trust issues. Same thing as a male. You know what I'm saying? Like, guy automatically assumes that he has to pay like for the first meal because he went through a bad relationship where she was paying for the meal all the time. It's just the it goes on and on. So it's just like for people to feel that type of way, it gets deep embedded to those roots where now they feel conflicted of where they don't know what they should do because of the past experiences, that they don't know how this person's going to react.
Yeah.
Or they feel like they're walking on eggshells.
They're avoiding debate.
Yeah, they're avoiding debate and they're avoiding conflict
Yeah.
because they don't want any type of conflict that's going to intrude or impinge the relationship where now this person's looking at me a different type of way because I left dishes in the sink, or now this person's looking at me a different type of way because I wasn't able to pay my part, whatever, like that.
Yeah.
And they hear the person say like, oh, like it's okay, like understand, but like deep down inside just like, man, like I
Well,
fucked up.
and it's like that's a form. I mean, I know people will get probably slightly, razzled by this, but it's a form of suppression. Basically, it's a form of censorship
Yeah.
because you're putting. There's people out there are so like you said, worried about like, if I say this, is it gonna offend somebody? If I like let somebody know like, hey, that was kind of rude, you should get back in line, like, or
Yeah.
something. They're afraid there's going to be confrontation, and that in a way is the world has grown so angry and so accustomed to, I'm entitled, I have a title,
Mm-hmm.
I have, whether I'm a man, so I need to assert my dominance and put you in your place.
But that's the funny thing is,
the other way around,
yeah,
where it's
I'm a female.
I'm a female. You need to hold that door for me. It's like, I don't need to, but I'm nice enough to.
Yeah.
And I'm man enough to.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the aspect of, if you're not a man or a woman, you're in the middle, undecisive. You're like, oh, like, you have to call me this. It's like, okay, like, I get it, but like, you act like I completely like insulted your whole like family.
Yeah.
Like I completely tore down your family and all that. And it's like, dude, all you had to say was like, hey, no, I get it. Like I still look kind of like a man. Still,
Yeah.
Or I still kind of look.
But
like
that's
a
the thing
woman,
is
but
about like
I'm working on it.
wording it, because I feel like that's where like people kind of like lost it in society, because I hate to bring it up, but like COVID, it like kind of fucked everybody's sociability abilities,
Nobody was
like fucked
social.
up, because when it was around COVID, obviously everybody was just like very to themselves and stuff like that and everything, and then when COVID kind of like finally like blew over and stuff like that, then it was like when people interacted with each other, it was just like, people kept their heads down and stuff like that, didn't really like conversate and stuff like that. Now it's like, obviously it's, kind of slowly getting a little bit better, but like it's still like kind of like,
Yeah.
it's still a little bit out there, because I think people don't know what the person's gonna say or react and stuff. Like when I moved down here, you guys are a lot different compared to
Oh, yeah.
the north. I mean, obviously you've been down to the north, but you could see the comparison and the difference. It's like
Yeah,
fucking
night and
like
day.
night and day. Like people down the north, like you may get those couple people that like may spark a conversation
But they
and
keep
stuff
their
like
heads
that.
down.
Yeah, but they keep their heads down, or it might be like a little bare minimum and stuff like that. But then you come down here in the south, everybody's very like openly and willy-nilly. I mean, like when I went for my interview and stuff like that, and even when I talked to my boss now, and he was just like, oh, like he was asking about you, and he was like, oh, is your boy Mike gonna be as talkative as you were during the interview? I'm like, oh, they're like, I don't know. It's like I didn't know I was really that talkative during the interview. He's like, no, that's my point, is that you weren't talkative. I was like, I'm sorry. I came for the interview. I was I got there and I knew the objective and then I completed it.
About it after, like after I did the
Oh yeah, no, they were just like they
that dude never shut the hell up.
No, they were just like, oh, like yeah, we like him, like he's smooth sailing, and the other my other boss, he was just like, it's like, oh yeah, it's like he's really good. This is like obviously just that schedule, you know.
Yeah.
So, I think, you know, obviously for the North and the South, just like that communication type of like boundary. I don't know if it's just like something that like people feel comfortable with, or if the person knows them and stuff like that. If it's like a comfortability type of thing, or if it's because like, you know, certain things that, you know, they don't want to interact with too many people, because some people are just, you know, suffice with the people that they have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the amount of people that I talk to on a daily basis, I could count on my fingertips, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sufficed with that. Yeah. Would I like more? Sure. I don't mind it. But I'm not, the way that I was kind of like educated and brought up, it was just like, don't talk unless you're spoken to. And that's just like how it was illustrated in my mind. But now it's just like, I got a little bit more like out there, and, you know, like now, like, being in that field is just like, well, you know, now you kind of have to interact, because it's just like, you know, you see people and everything like that.
And to really put a nail in that coffin for both what you just said and for what you had said about, you know, night and day for the North and the South, and like keeping your head down. That's what we were told when I worked at Merrimack School, and we were told, you are not to talk to the kids. If they do something, you tell the supervisor, and the supervisor will either take care of it or will tell the principal or whatever, and it will be handled.
Yeah.
And we had countless times where we would tell the supervisor, and the supervisor would go and tell the principal, and they'd be like, okay, so these two kids are coming in for community service because they damaged school property.
Yeah.
And so instead of the parents paying to fix it or whatever, we all agreed that it would be better if the kids did community service so they could work and see how it feels.
Yeah, so some type of disciplinary actions, so that way they could see the error in their ways. He's just like, oh, we getting there.
So he goes, what can you have them do? And we go, well, there's a lot we could have them do. And he's like, oh, well, before you get them to do something, they can't touch any of the cleaning chemicals, and we can't have them like doing anything in the bathrooms and stuff like that. I'm like,
dude, that's
what? That's like 90% of the job. I'm like, they won't even be able to wipe the desks. They won't be able to like clean the bathrooms. They won't be able to like clean railings or
but they can do physical labor. I'm like, yeah, but what if it has cleaning products on it? What do you want me to do?
Well, no, and my thing is, it's during the school year. It's not like during the summer.
Oh, see, so it's just like, there's not really furniture moved.
It was like, because they went around and they punched the exit signs. They were jumping and punching them.
Oh, they were doing that thing where, okay.
Yeah, they were doing it with their fist. And so...
Oh, my God.
They were like, oh, well,
I get it. I mean, I was young once.
How about sweeping the hallways? And we're like, so they're going to sweep the hallways for like 3 days, and that's their community service? Like, shit. Let me go punch some shit. Let me freaking punch a window out. Like, if one of us custodians even, like, knocked a sign out, they'd be like, oh, you're suspended. Oh, we're going to have to let you go.
Yeah,
like,
because it's a hot...
We can't be having that anger and hostility around the kids.
Yeah, it's too hot. It's overly dramatic if, you know, employee does it, but if it's, you know, a like student or something like that.
Mind you, they were in high school. It was a high school student getting ready to get out of school. I'm like, you're supposed to be teaching these kids, like, respect and, like, how that's not going to work if they go out into the real world. And, I mean... I'm not saying it's not the administrator's fault, because obviously their hands are tied to whatever disciplinary action they're allowed to do according to the board.
Right.
But I feel a lot of that falls on the parents, where it's like, oh, a teacher can't hit my kid. Well, we're not saying to have the teacher, you know, backhand the crap out of your kid, or take the kid, bend him over. And
that's a slippery slope, though. That's a very slippery slope, because what happens if the kid is doing damage to the teacher? And then
that's fighting. That's different. If
you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, you're taught, oh, if a kid hits you, you just take it. You just take it, and that's what you're taught. And I'm like, dude, if a kid swings at me, I'm gonna drop him to the floor. I boom, down to the floor,
Like
and I'm gonna hold him
he going down like UFC. Like
he's dropping to the floor. I'm gonna one swing, and then I'm just gonna slam him on the ground.
It's gonna say
pin him down.
it's gonna say dual sense controller reconnect.
Well, shit, I got bit at the school I'm at. I got bit by one of the special ed kids. Came up and bit my elbow. But my thing is, they're special ed, and not only that, but again, it's an elementary school, and that's why I work at a lower grade school, because I can chalk it up and be like, these are kids. Like, they're developing. They're not even like, they're learning their ABCs, their 1, 2, 3s, and how to write sentences.
That comes to me. That's gonna be That's gonna be interesting.
Like, it's definitely different. Like, if you were to, like, Serenity came in and like kicked you in the leg or like punched you, are you gonna like backhand the shit out of her?
Obviously, yeah, no.
So I mean, it's like, or the same with like some other kid, random kid outside comes up and kicks you, you're gonna be like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, get out of here. It's like, do it again, and I'm gonna pick you up by your freaking backpack and carry you to your parent, and then have them discipline you.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's unfortunately, that's the only thing that you really can do, and that's the thing that's like when it comes to these certain jobs, it's just like the do's and the don'ts, and you gotta be the voice of reason and stuff like that. But mainly the reason like some of these people that are having their crash outs is because they either had a bad day, something was bothering them, or whatever like that. You don't know the stem of what accumulated that. That moment for them to feel that type of way, or maybe they're overly excited. School's ending, and then that's why they did it. Like, hey guys, like, listen, I know school's ending and stuff like that, but like, nah, like, please don't be doing that. All right, like, I don't want to be seeing y'all in the summer, and you don't want to be seeing me in the summer, because I will put y'all asses to work. Like, you don't want that, and I don't want that.
So my thing is, okay, these kids go and punch out exit signs, or kick a urinal and kick the pipe clean off. Like,
yeah.
You mean to tell me that what if you did that at home? What the hell would your parents do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, if you don't do that crap at home, don't do it at school. Come on.
Yeah, and that's a crazy thing though. Is that like
should be teaching you that?
Yeah, and just like the little small things that some of these kids get away with murder. Literally murder. Some of these kids get away with.
Like beating the crap out of a kid, making like their nose bleed and everything, and then there's police there and all this, and they're like, oh, kids will be kids.
I'm just like, what? Like, no,
it's like, it's like, oh, we're gonna send them to the guidance office, and they'll talk at separate times, and they'll see what it stemmed from, and da da da. It's like, no, there needs to be repercussions. Like, that kid needs to go to juvie. He needs to be put into juvie. And he could talk to a guidance counselor in juvie. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, wrong is wrong. I mean,
they need
Oh, what, you beat someone up in the real world after you turn 18? You beat him up to the point where his nose is bleeding, his mouth is bleeding, and then you think the police officer's going to be like, oh, hang on, why don't you call your Blue Cross and Blue Shield, get your therapist, and talk to your therapist, and then bring me the paperwork that you showed up to your therapist, and we'll dismiss everything. No, you're going to be arrested and prosecuted for assault. I mean, point blank.
Yeah.
And then if you get far enough, it could be attempted murder, and then you're doing prison time. For
real. That was, I don't know if I told you this story. It was by David Goggins. Shout out to David Goggins. He was in the gym, and he was on the treadmill, and this little kid, he kept on like playing around and playing with the treadmill machine and stuff like that, and the parents were like off somewhere, whatever like that, doing whatever, and one of the gym people were like, hey, like stop doing that, like, hey, like you really shouldn't be doing that, like trying to like get him to stop and stuff like that. Kid wasn't listening and stuff like that. Then David Goggins stepped in, and he's just like, hey, he's like, you're gonna be on that treadmill, you better be using it, you better be doing something with it.
Yeah.
because you ain't gonna be next to me over here fooling around. And little kid was just like looked at him and he's just like, yeah, come on. It's like you want to mess around and stuff like that? Come on, mess around. Let's see what's up. And the kid got on the treadmill and he was trying to match David Goggins. He's like, come on, let's go. Come on. I know you got more than that. Let's go. And the kid was actually on the treadmill trying to keep up pace with David Goggins. And I was like, but you see what he did there? He took what the kid was messing around with and then he utilized it. And he was just like, it's like, yo, you want to mess around? I'm going to use what you're playing with to discipline you because you think it's all fun and games.
That's correct parenting. That's parenting that should be done.
Yeah.
That's how it should have been handled. But in a reality world, obviously there's not David Goggins everywhere.
No, unfortunately, no.
And unfortunately, there's not always a case where you can have that altercation where it's like, hey, get on the treadmill. Come on, you want to play? Let's play. I want you to start running. I want you to keep up with me. Show me that you can keep up with me. You can keep up with me, I'll respect you and you can go back to playing. But if you can't keep up with me, then you don't need to be on that treadmill. You're not worthy of it.
Yeah. But
you got these parents. Parent here's you saying like, hey, if you're going to be on that treadmill, you're not going to be playing around next to me. Da, da, da. And the parent comes up, you don't talk to my son like that. I'm his parent. I'll tell him. It's like, dude, if you're the parent, I'm embarrassed already that you come up and start with that. Like, if I'm a parent and I heard like a dude, not necessarily David Goggins, but I heard someone say the same thing David Goggins said, I'd be like, well, you heard him. Get up there. Do it. You want to play. That man just challenged you. Oh, well, looks like you got a challenge to complete. If you don't complete that challenge, then I'll be waiting out in the car, and you can keep going until you complete it.
That was like a recent video that I just watched today on Instagram where it was this little kid, and they were in the house, and this kid told his mom, chill. He told his mom, chill, because she told him to do something, and then he was like, I am, chill. And then the dad came out of nowhere, and he said, Alexa, stop. He was like, what did you just say to your mother? He was like, what? I was like, what did you just say to your mother just now? And he was like, I told her to chill. I was like, you told her to chill? I'm like, all right. He went up to him, and he's like, I want you to do push-ups. And he's like, how many? He's like, do push-ups. I was like, I'll tell you. Don't worry about that. I'll tell you when to stop. Kids doing push-ups and stuff like that. And he got up to, I want to say, like, he started playing and whine about, like, around, like, 15 reps. And he's just like, no, keep going. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. And he finally stopped at, I think, like, 22 or, like, 23. And he's like, oh, like, you still think this is fun? You enjoy this? All right. Now do body squats. And he did body squats all the way until, like, I want to say 56 reps. And the kid is, like, tired and, you know, hyperventilating and stuff like that. And then he's just like, yeah, did you enjoy that? I was like, would you enjoy someone telling your own mom to chill? No. So then why would you talk to her like that? If you don't, if you wouldn't like someone saying that to your own mother, then you shouldn't be saying that to your mother. Yeah. Right? Exactly. All right, then. And he's like, they stopped it there and stuff like that. It's just like, you don't say that to your mother ever again.
It's a respect. You respect your parents, then your parents will respect you. Just like, I mean, if you're in the gym and your kid goes and takes the weights and then just throws them on the floor and then starts, you know, using the other weights and then takes those off and throws them on the floor, and you're like,
you're going to pick those up?
Like, are the workers here your maids? Like, you don't do this at the house. You don't do this at home. Pick those up. And if you don't want to pick them up, then I'm going to just lay you down like the weight on the floor.
Exactly.
And then once I lay you down on the floor, I'm going to put every single weight that you've thrown on the floor, I'm going to put it on top of you. And keep putting it on top of you. And then guess what? When you've had enough, I'll take them off and you can rack them.
Exactly.
Point blank. Like, you're going to learn. But no, it's definitely, there's that night and day difference between, you know, the north and the south. Like down here, it's like everybody's open. You don't really need to keep your head down, but
I mean, I would definitely love to explore more of the South because, like I said, there's certain food chains you guys got down here that
we
I
got a
didn't know about.
lot.
I was gonna ask you, do you know about this thing called it's a Buffalo Brock or Buffalo Rock? It's like a ginger ale.
Buffalo Rock.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's like a strong ginger ale. My boss was telling me about it. I don't know if you got if you knew about it because I guess it's something that you guys got down here in the South.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I think I've seen it, but
I
I know
forgot
then
what
there's
company. I think it's by Coca Cola or Pepsi.
which is ironic because there's actually there's the company Buffalo Rock, which is the main distributor throughout the United States for Pepsi.
Okay, so
it's a
I think that
But,
yeah, I think
yeah.
that's what it is. He was just saying that it was a really strong ginger ale. That he even went in more further detail, and he was just like, oh, like if you want to add a little like zing to your ginger ale, whatever like that, spike it up with some vodka. I was just like, oh, okay. I'm like, I see you. I'm like, that's how you get down. So he was saying like have like at least do a half and half. Like pour like a decent amount of like vodka, maybe like 2 or 3 fingers, and then do the rest ginger ale of the Buffalo Rock, and it just adds like a nice zing to it. And I was like, I just didn't know if you knew about that, so I was just like,
I mean, I haven't come across it personally, but
yeah.
I've heard about it. Um, but no, there's definitely, I mean, a lot of places that I want to visit, especially down here um, in the South. I would love to go to Florida and at least experience
I only went to
Disney.
Florida. Yeah, I only went to Florida once, and I've never been to Disney, but I went to Universal Studios, and Jesus Christ, that bitch was huge, bro. That bitch was huge, and then we
Yeah.
were at a hotel. Thankfully, it had a pool because then back then I was like, like I think I was like 16 around that time, and getting accustomed to the heat. I was just like, Jesus Christ, y'all. It's like so freaking hot. But I was loving the weather because it was just like, yo, like
Gorgeous.
they ain't like they
Blue
ain't nothing like
skies,
too
hot.
cold. Like yeah, blue skies, freaking. You had like that nice weather, and then the females,
Yep.
y'all got the females posted up like that. It's
You
just
got
like
beaches all over. You got pools. You got all that. Everything that
the
you
the
need.
only complaint that I gotta say is like, obviously, like you gotta get used to that heat. You gotta get
Yeah.
used to that heat, and then you can't expect because y'all's cold water down here in the south is a lot different compared to the cold water in the north.
Yeah,
Cold water in the north, it's like you're taking that ice cold plunge challenge in the north versus in the south, it's just like it could be
Bath
a little
water.
cold. Yeah, you know what I'm
bath
saying.
water is nice and
It,
chill
it,
for
it could
us.
be a little. It could be a little colder. Like when I take showers and stuff like that, I was like, "Damn, man, I wish this water was like a little bit colder." You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just how it is because I feel like I haven't experienced how it is down here in the winter, so maybe
Yeah.
that might change my perspective. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I got sweaters upon days, and I was just like, "Damn, bro, it's so hot down here. I don't even think I'm even
I
gonna
think-
touch these bitches."
Yeah. Now, I think there might be like a handful of days. Like you could probably count on both hands the number of days that you'll wear a sweatshirt,
Oh,
and then the
jeez.
rest you might not wear one.
Damn.
Because I mean, I don't know if it gets down to like 30 degrees. Do you normally like wear a sweatshirt or something like that?
I don't know because like for me like I was wearing those the Hollister cargo shorts in the winter, and people
Yeah.
will always like look at me like it's like, dude, you're wearing shorts right now. I'm just like,
Well,
bro,
that's
like,
how we were back then, and it was normal. But now that I've been down here, I'm like, oh shit, it's cold. Like no, and it'll be like still like 40 degrees, and I'm like already wearing pants, and I'm like, yeah, no shorts.
yeah.
So my skin is definitely altered or changed.
I mean, I feel like I've like built up that tolerance because like taking cold showers and stuff like that. It is beneficial for you because it helps out with the blood flow and
Yeah, your
it
blood
does
pressure.
have helpful benefits for like muscle recovery and stuff like that. That's why they have
It
like
helps you sleep
the
too.
ice, yes, the icy hot or the biofreeze, whatever like that you're doing. Um, that's why they have like that mixture between hot and cold,
Yeah.
because I believe the cold solidifies it, and then the heat kind of like eases into it, and then kind of like
Relaxes it.
yeah,
Down.
relaxes the muscles.
But yeah, which sucks because I can't use any of that. I can't use biofreeze. I can't use ice.
But you guys do. I mean, you guys do have that
Got that hemp cream.
yeah, that hemp cream that what was it CBD.
My CBD store,
Yeah.
which was phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah.
I put that on and it like was like whew, the pain was gone from my shoulders, and I was like, damn.
Dude, putting that on my lower back, I was just like, Jesus
Instantly,
Christ,
like,
dude. I was like, I
pain
feel like I could deadlift right now.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, that shit was gone. I was like, all right. I'll see what y'all working with.
But so
Yeah, I was about to say, what was the other
so another question for me was I guess one one movie that you hold dear to you that you cannot go without watching every year, and what movie is a must watch for your holiday seasons coming up. Like
Okay.
for how, whether it's, you could say all of them. You could say, oh, this is what I watch for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or you could say this is what I watch for all three, or
Gotcha.
no.
One movie that I always will end up watching like almost every year is definitely my Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Just classic. Ice Cube did a phenomenal job. Damn, I'm trying to remember the other actors' names. But just that movie was just, I like the whole story. I like how, there was certain moments between the main character and his father. How they like connected, and how he was able to educate him and steer him to the right way, even when Ricky died.
Yeah.
That was like a really traumatic moment, and yeah, that movie like was beautiful, just an amazing movie. And then for holiday movies, I gotta say it's definitely a must watch. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I usually watch that like towards the ending of October, kind of like dust it off. It's one of those movies that you could watch also in December too.
Yeah.
Definitely, I like watching my horror flicks in October because my dad embedded that into me.
Chucky, Halloween,
Hellraiser, The Puppet Master,
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Did you watch Candyman?
Oh yes, Candyman. Friday the 13th. Definitely Halloween. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Halloween. I used to bench watch that because my father fell in love with that.
See, Friday the 13th and freaking Nightmare on Elm Street, I find kind of like I can watch the first set of them, but the later ones kind of harder to watch.
I usually watch until like maybe the third or fourth one.
It's also kind of hard for me because it's like when I look at those movies, it's kind of like Game of Thrones, where it's like every other scene.
Oh, because like yeah,
having like intercourse and being killed during the intercourse, and I'm like, really? Like, okay, Nightmare on Elm Street, I kind of understand because that was his gig when he was alive. He would get it on with the camp counselors and do that kind of stuff with people, and then he did stuff to the children, and then they killed him for it, or whatever the background story is. I'm sure people that are watching could go into deep detail about the whole backstory and how the character was made and created and what happened and da-da-da. But that's definitely, I mean, that doesn't make or break the movie for me, but
right.
That's always been something that's kind of like
I'll
be watching it and then I'm kind of like, oh,
section.
okay, like that.
Yeah.
This is happening. Like,
Yeah.
It's not really an awkwardness. It's more of I guess kind of annoyed because I want the action to happen. Like I want them to just hurry up and just stab them and move on.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you just start killing people?
Another one is the Insidious movies.
Oh yes,
Definitely those Insidious movies.
We gotta watch those because I try. Not that Sierra doesn't watch scary movies, but I try to watch scary movies, and I don't like watching them by myself because it's kind of like I don't know. It just feels weird. It's kind of like I'm purposely trying to scare myself if I'm watching it by myself, but if I'm watching it with people, I kind of can actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can actually enjoy it, and I'll get in the ring. But I can enjoy it because with enjoy it with my friends, and we kind of like we did with what was that movie with not Morgan Freeman, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh yes, yeah.
Possession.
Yo, that movie was crazy. I never saw it, so for me it was a whole new experience. And then you already seen it, and you were just yeah, Babadook. That was a weird movie. I was just like,
then
dude,
it got scary because
what?
it was like, but it really plays with like the emotional trauma of like your dad left and like playing into that like, hey, you turned out to be a bad kid, and then the mom's like, no, maybe you're not the bad kid. Maybe I'm just not the best parent that I needed to be.
Yeah.
Like, I needed to be understanding, but not too understanding to where a point where you walk all over me. But
exactly.
Anyways, parenting is all shapes and colors and in all different areas.
Especially in movies.
Whether it's in movies or on the treadmill with David Goggins. But
yeah.
No, it's definitely like, again, so back to you real quick before we end up wrapping it up, and then I can raffle off mine. Did you have a Christmas one, or was like the Nightmare Before Christmas, like you said, Halloween and a Christmas?
Oh, one Christmas movie that I love watching is 8 Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I always love watching that movie because it's just like, it's funny. But then there's like certain points where it's just like has like those moments where it's like like I wouldn't say serious, but like has those like dramatic moments and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Whitey. Oh man, Whitey. Bubble. This is Jerry B. Grand feeling.
That's why people are like, oh, I don't like Adam Sandler because he tries too hard to be funny, and I'm just like. Yeah, but
he's like the perfect amount of funny.
I'm like, you're talking about like natural everyday life problems. Like he's literally like first world problems funny. Like genuinely like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Oh, like my kid, like Big Daddy, my kid needs to use the bathroom. Let me ask this restaurant. The restaurant's like, no, you need to be a paying customer, which genuinely happens. And it's like, okay, well then I'm gonna piss on your wall. Like, what are you gonna do about it? And that. Can
someone get this kid a kiss, man?
Yeah, that's literally like how it is, where you're like overwhelmed or like whatever, and it's just every day. Or Happy Gilmore when he's like, I need to make money because I gotta pay for like my grandma's like house because she's losing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, or I'm to make money because I gotta send my kid to like cheerleading or whatever it is in his new Happy Gilmore 2 movie. I don't know, but
it's funny when he gets pissed too in the movies, bro. When he gets pissed in the movie.
What was the name of it? Where he goes back to school or something?
Oh, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison. It's like, oh my god, like people actually do that. They go back to school and it's like they feel
today, Junior. I was like, yo.
Like, damn. But that's what they did. I mean, you can't lie. Like there's people that were in our school or in school that like had not like a bad stutter, but they like had a speech issue, and people would be like, "Dude, spit it the fuck out."
Yeah, no, there was this one dude that he was with us in our resource group, whatever like that, and then there was like a word, whatever like that, he was trying to pronounce, and I was just like in the background, like, yeah, that's right, Will, sound it out. Eric in the background, he's like, sort of laughing, like, sounded like, what is this, the first grade? I was just like, I'm just trying to help him out. Oh man, but no, Adam Sandler, he does a really great job. Like I said, I love it when he gets pissed in
Well, you know,
movies.
now he doesn't. He officially won't be. He won't. None of his movies will be in theaters anymore, and none of his movies will come out on DVD.
Oh wow.
As far as I know, they won't come out on DVD. Now I know they won't come out in theaters because he signed a contract with Netflix, saying that he would exclusively put his movies on Netflix or his TV shows or anything. Well, he'll strictly keep it all on Netflix, and so. I mean, which kind of sucks, but then again, he's got so much money, he's probably like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to just have all my content come on Netflix. Y'all do what you want with it. I'm going to keep living my life and making, a little money off of you each time.
Yeah.
Like,
Classic movie also by him, Click.
Yeah.
Yo, Click, I love it. Like, when he would get pissed off, like,
all...
oh, are you kidding me?
And that's like all of us. Like, we're just like, you're like,
got the wife asking, he's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm gonna go get a remote.
But, to loop it back around, I guess for me, my movies, would probably be for a movie that I must watch is probably, that's hard, because I really like Oliver and Company. It's like really up there on my list, but I'd have to say the Goofy movie. You probably heard me talk about it in the previous podcast episode. But the Goofy movie like sticks with me because it's like a father and son bond.
You're talking about the first one, right?
Yeah.
The very first one.
First one, and trying to like establish it and kind of building character, and you kind of grow with the characters and how school life actually was, and you're like, dang. Like Disney, like hit it right on the nose, like nailed that nail in the coffin.
Is that why you were so inspired that day when we decided to skateboard to school?
Kind of. Yeah. I was like,
because like
be cool.
You had a certain like sparkle in your eye when we were just like, oh, you know what? Like no, let's skip the bus. Like let's all skateboard. At first, I was just like, I mean, hey, I'm like, I brought my skateboard. I mean, if that's what we're doing, and then you got Mike in the background, like, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
And it was just like me, you. Did Ray have a skateboard? Huh?
Yeah, Ray had a skateboard, but it was like a Walmart.
Oh yeah. So it was me, you, and John that we had like the best skateboards because I got a skateboard off of you, and those bearings. Oh my god, those bearings! Like, dude, I didn't even have to. That's the thing I loved about that skateboard that you gave me. That I didn't have to do too many pushes. I could do one push, and I could go at least like 20 or 30 feet, and I was just like. Damn, dude, like, that was just one push, and then when I kept on pushing, I'm like, oh, shit, I can't stop! And then you just got Johan over, like...
Yeah, he messed up his shoes. Like,
dude, he messed up the shoes, and he messed up the freaking... Because they always do those tail whips.
Slides,
yeah, those tail slides, and just ate up the freaking skateboard. I'm like, dude, your tail on your skateboards are diminished, bro. It's looking like fucking Afghanistan. It looks bombed down and depleted.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Like, our boards look like they had been through hell. But you look at, like, these other skateboarders who are dropping in at the park, the skate park and stuff like that, and their boards are, like, scratched, but they're, like, not nearly close to how bad ours are. And it's like,
just keep on wearing it down.
It's like, how is it that their boards aren't as bad as ours, but yet they're doing more tricks and more moves and they're riding it more than us? And it's like, it makes you really wonder, like, I probably wasn't doing it the way I shouldn't. I invested the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, there's tricks to the trade. I mean, thankfully, I still have my skateboard that, what was it? The CCS, right?
Yeah, CCS.
Yeah, CCS. That was actually pretty dope that you can make a custom skateboard. That was pretty dope. What other movies?
Like holiday movies. I would say definitely for Halloween. I'm stuck between Nightmare Before Christmas and the Halloween Town series.
Ooh, that's yeah.
Because that was pretty.
That's pretty hard.
That sits with me because of the art style and just how they do it. All the, like, human characters and then the monsters and stuff are kind of like all people that are just in costumes and stuff. It kind of brings me back to the old style of like movie making and how they used to do it, like, Fraggle Rock, stuff like that, where people used puppets or dressed in the outfit, the costume to make the thing instead of like using CGI
Yeah,
and
the
green
the
screen and
aesthetics
all
and
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff like that, Goosebumps. Remember
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
Goosebumps is big too to watch during Halloween. Um,
Goosebumps. I don't know if you remember this show. R.L. Stein
yeah.
with I forgot what his name was. I think it was like his name was like Mr. Creeps or whatever like that, or because he was like a weird like kind of deformed like type of puppet whatever like that, and he always had like those
Oh yeah,
stupid
yeah.
puns or whatever
Yeah, the
like that.
Control. It was with Jack Black. You talking?
Oh
Or are
no,
you talking about the one before that?
I think it was the one before that. It was
Because I know they remade it with Jack Black in the later ones, but there was R.L. Stein is the one who creates the Goosebumps.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
But I know the puppet you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was pretty creepy, and
Yeah.
some of the stuff he did was
He had
very,
like freaking white freaking
white, this ghost.
barely hair or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say another one. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, Scary Godmother. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes,
Dude, that was a classic on
Yes.
Cartoon Network. Oh,
Scary
dude, Cartoon
Godmother.
Network on Halloween.
And Casper Scare School.
My
Classic.
My Little Vampire or
Yeah.
Little Vampire, Little
Yeah.
Vampire.
So I mean, but a lot of nostalgia. I mean, we might have to do another episode with just nostalgia.
Yeah.
TV shows or like movies that we remember like during the holidays or stuff that would come on once a year that we were like psyched to see.
Oh yeah, most definitely, definitely.
Definitely Charlie Brown's Great Pumpkin was another one.
Oh dude, oh my god, the Charlie Brown ones, man.
And the Thanksgiving one. That was one for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then I would say Christmas is hands down the Grinch. Well, correction, it would be the Grinch and Muppets Christmas Carol because I bent over backwards to get that movie. And even though
I've never seen that
I
one.
freaked out. Freaking, I love it so much. I love the concept of the Christmas Carol, the story like behind it, all different ways that you spin it is a beautiful moral to the story, no matter how you perceive it or
Right.
how you tell it. Whether it's Disney, whether it's the Muppets, whether it's a genuine, the old-fashioned one.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is pretty cut dry and like good and heartfelt. But and then the Grinch is just I just love the Grinch.
Oh
I've
yeah.
always
No,
loved the Grinch.
Jim Carrey did his work on that. But we are gonna go ahead and call it here, and we will see you guys soon. That will be it for Conversation Convos, and hope you guys enjoy y'all weekend. Peace.
Peace.